Alright guys, good morning and welcome back to the channel. So we have some new headlights and LED bulbs for the headlights going into the old work truck today. If you guys remember recently, I threw in some taillights that came in the same kit as the headlights from Amazon. Super cheap, they fit pretty good, not perfect, but pretty good for the money. Once I put them in and stopped kind of picking them apart, looking for a reason to maybe have to return them, I don't notice any fitment issues at all. It's not perfect, but it's pretty dang close. Then, gonna be throwing in some new bulbs here from Last Fit. They make awesome stuff. These are the 9006 bulb size, which will be fit for the low beam. The high beam is a 9005. I didn't get the high beam mainly because I just figured I don't really need them right now. Picked up some new ambers for the turn signal and parking light because you can't have halogens down there and then LEDs up there. You can't mix and match, man. You gotta have LED both. So I got the Last Fit 3157A is the bulb size here. A is for amber, and that'll look really good together. I totally blanked on getting the DRLs though. If you guys aren't familiar with how easy it is to replace these headlights, the housing on them is super easy. So right here on top of the headlight housing, we have these little bars, and all we do is pop that out, and then over here, pop that one out as well. And that is pretty much it. And the whole housing comes right out. Watch this. I've owned new trucks back to back, brand new trucks back to back for the last like 6-7 years, something like that. And new trucks, new vehicles are not this easy to work on most times. Compared to this, it's just insane. Okay, we have no bulb in there right now. Okay, do we got a bulb in here? Let's see. Yes, we do, but it looks kind of burnt out. So Last Fit does design these things to not give you a flicker. They are canvas ready as well. In general, LED bulbs draw a lot less power than halogen, and it could confuse your car into thinking that there's no bulb actually in there, and what that'll do is cause a hyper flash. But Last Fit designs theirs to basically make your vehicle think that you have a bulb that it's used to, because back in 01, LED wasn't really quite a thing yet. They do work with the parking lights. You're able to keep them on a parking light setting, which is a lower light output. Yeah, that's gonna look pretty good. So you guys can see that on the Last Fit light, we have a white cap on the very tip of it. So when it's in the housing, you're not gonna see pure LED. You'll see the light surrounding the bulb and reflecting onto the housing, giving you a much more natural look. So, and then we'll throw that one back in the side. Okay, how's the lower fit so far? Yeah, pretty good. All right, time for the upper housing now. Came with brights and low beams as well. We'll just rock those in the meantime, but I'll pull the low beam out it came with and then replace it with our Last Fit bulb. There we go. So here's the bulb right here from Last Fit. Very nice construction to it. It's got a built-in fan. It's a 9006 on the fitment and a 6000K color temperature, which is pretty close to a pure white with a very slight hint of blue. The higher you go on that color temperature is going to be more blue to then purple. So that should be pretty nice for the Silverado, keeping it kind of OEM plus. That's the goal right there, man. So anyways, let's grab the housing, put the housing in, throw the bulb in there first. Now I really hope the headlight housing fits pretty good in here without gaps and whatnot. And then we'll grab the pins and reinsert the pin where it came from. Make sure it lines up. Once it goes all the way down, we will twist it and lock it into place right there. And then over here, same deal. Go. Bada bing. Bada boom, that's it. So out the box, the fitment is terrible. There's a big gap down here and it's protruding way out right here. If you guys look at the side profile, it's coming way out as compared to the OEM one. It's pretty flush right there, right? So we have a couple adjustments we can make here to fix that. We have one Torx in there, and then over here we have a Phillips head down there. So we'll adjust those and that'll adjust the whole headlight housing back into the truck. And that should fit a lot better. So as we start twisting that Torx, you guys can see it pulling back. That's what we want. Beautiful. So what the Phillips head adjustment right there is doing on my right side is when I adjust that, you guys can see the entire housing going down. Dang, son, that's looking pretty dang sweet if you ask me. Now time for the fun part. Let's compare the halogens to the LEDs. So good. Okay, so I want to pop out here and show you guys how it all looks in the direct sunlight. We got Sleeping Beauty up front right now. These things are nice and visible. So I have the headlights on right now, so the parking lights are on right now as well, and you guys can still see the light coming through really nicely. So I've said it before, and the more and more I work on this truck, the more I fall into how much I love the simplicity of this truck. Now, I've had new trucks back to back for the last about 7 years, right? And the new features, don't get me wrong, they're awesome. And especially the convenience is awesome, but the safety feature is also a great thing too. However, it's kind of a double-edged sword, I feel like, because when you have things like the blind spot monitoring and if you're backing up into a wall or another car or just whatever's behind you and you may not see it, my Ram is going to stop for me. And so you have the adaptive cruise control, the lane keep assist, and with all the assistance, mainly for safety, but also for convenience too, it kind of turns your brain into soup. You forget how to do things on your own. And not to mention also, you become way too overly confident when you start driving something like this that has no assistance really at all, right? Very mechanical, very simple compared to the new trucks, especially the Ram, which has a lot of cool features. But that being said, again, it's kind of like a double-edged sword because you start to kind of forget or become overly confident when you're driving something older again, which I'm not used to not having the assistance. Not saying I can't freaking, back up my own truck, which I'm not gonna lie one bit, not having a backup camera is kind of rough. So new radio is coming soon. I have that already actually, waiting for the new door speakers, and then I'll throw a camera on the rear as well, because not having a backup camera for me, I ain't gonna lie one bit, man. It's kind of rough. I don't know how to gauge the rear of a truck too well without cameras. But yeah, I mean, when I hop in this truck though, overall, I'm just way overly confident, thinking that the truck is going to alert me of something on my blind spot, or when I back up into the wall, if I get too close, it'll let me know. I don't have even the camera, like I said, so yeah, I'm on my own, man, on this truck. It's just I'm roughing, man. I'm trying to figure this all out on my own again. I'm just kidding. I love it. It's awesome. So simple, and I love that. So anyways, we're going to find some food right now, and I found a gelato spot for us too, because she's got the sweet tooth. She's the sweetie. What's this? You want some bunnies?
I'm looking at the cafe that we're going to this weekend.
Nice. I was talking to them about how you got the sweet tooth.
Oh yeah.
So we're gonna find you some dessert tonight. And then I guess we're going to a bunny cafe at some point this weekend in San Diego, where you can get coffee and hang out with bunnies.
Yeah.
First time having an ice cream espresso mixed together. Bomb. Fire. We are not sleeping tonight though. We are staying up till the break of dawn.
No. Yeah.
That's what we're doing. An espresso with some ice cream. Okay guys, here it is at nighttime in this mall parking lot. I can't turn the lights off for some reason. If you guys know, then let me know why I can't turn lights off at all. Okay, so I figured this out afterwards. There's a dome override button right there underneath the headlight switch, right? And to deactivate the automatic headlights, you have to tap that, I think it was 3 times, and you'll hear a beep and it turns off the automatic headlights. And then to reactivate the automatic headlights, tap that 3 times, and then no matter which setting the headlight switch is on, the headlights will be on. So I figured that out afterwards. So now we know. But yeah, that's why they wouldn't turn off before, is because the automatic headlight setting was active. Wow, it's actually amazing how much better that is. So you guys kind of how good they focus too. Very projected light, which is awesome. It's not just throwing light way over here. It's simply just kind of right in this area. So that's awesome right there. Pretty good lighting, man. You guys can see the amber reflecting onto the entire building. Gosh dang. Can't get over how good they're focused also. Yeah. Good part to do with the design of the headlight housing also. Mm-hmm. But they aren't just shooting light off to the sides. Look over there a little bit.
Yeah, nothing.
Yeah, there's nothing. It's barely lit up over there, so that's awesome right there. This makes the truck so much more just drivable, because everything I'm doing to this truck is with the intentions of making it just more drivable pretty much, right? And this adds a lot of function to driving at nighttime. Obviously, we can now see better, and of course be seen better too, because that's important also. But Yeah, we'll go ahead and fire up these halogen brights. Look at that, man. That's nothing in comparison. Those ain't got nothing on the LEDs. I love how like they instantly turn on too. You know? Like with the turn signal also, how they turn off and on instantly. Because LED is very quick to turn on and turn off. So that part's pretty sweet right there. Very happy with these guys. Link down below on the last fit lights. They have a pretty big catalog too of other parts also. They have floor mats I've used, LED lights for a lot of cars. They have a lot of they have a huge catalog of stuff for all kinds of things for, you know, different cars that are vehicle specific. They have a air compressor too. You can plug into your cigarette lighter and air up your tires. So it's a lot of random things like that, which is really cool. So you look at the cars over there, you guys can see the LEDs, like the factory LEDs in that Volkswagen and that Corolla and stuff, and all the cars in front of you. Like these have that same color tone to them, that like 6000K kind of slight blue tint to them, a very OEM look from a newer vehicle, not from an 01, obviously, but that's why it's OEM plus. So we drove down this super dark road here by the farm and it's pitch black, right? And turning on the low beams, look at that, freaking lights the area all the way up. And a very nice, again, very nice color temperature, right? Like a very daylight type of look. And I compared this right here from the LEDs to the halogen high beams. Awful looking, right? Clearly it's just, yeah, halogen, nope. And yeah, super dark area, lit it up with the last fit low beams, really nice. And I can't get over how good the focus of lighting is too. Now, when I threw the bulb into the headlight housing, I had to kind of twist it around a little bit to make sure that the beam of light was nice and focused and mainly lighting up the area in front of me, not blinding oncoming traffic. As you guys can see here, driving down the road, you know, it's nice and focused, mainly lighting up my lane and a little bit next to my lane, but not spreading light out in a floodlight type of pattern, which I've seen a lot of aftermarket lights do, and then blind all the traffic around you. And of course, you're not going to get as much range with the headlights too. You guys can see here, it's got a lot of range to it, and it's just an awesome light overall. And I'm very happy with it. A very nice upgrade for the old Silverado for sure. See, that's what I don't want on my headlights, is to be glaring everybody in front of me.
Yeah.
Like those headlights are just spreading in every direction in front of him. And mine are more focused.
Yeah.
That's what you want. Don't be,
people.
yeah, exactly. Don't be that guy. You can see it too. It's like right in front of him. He doesn't have a lot of lighting. If you guys can tell, I'm not too sure, but you can see how my immediate lane is very lit up. The lane next to me isn't even that lit up. A little bit for my headlights, but like mainly what's in front of me is lit up, which is what you want with the low beams. So, yeah. Winning. $6,000K color temperature looks very natural, right? Obviously the probably what 3,000K roughly is what the halogen yellow bulbs are. That's much more like crispy, more defined look, not super aftermarket looking on this truck. I mean, I'm trying to go for an OEM plus type of build, right? That's the vibe of this truck. And I don't think it does much in terms of making it look aftermarket-y. Obviously, LEDs don't come on this truck from the factory, but the color tone is very nice. A very slight blue tint to it, but mostly just pure white, which looks really nice. And the nice thing too about the lights is the way they're designed from last fit. The bulbs themselves have a very focused beam to them. However, you do need to position them properly. So when I put them in the headlight housing, which I didn't explain too well earlier in the video, is you need to put them in there and kind of twist them into the right spot. And you'll see the headlight beam start to kind of hone in and focus on, you know, more of one immediate area. And that's why my light pattern is so good right now, is because I put them in the headlight housing and twist them around until they were in the right spot and nice and focused on what's in front of me. So yeah, very nice, pretty sharp cutoff too for an aftermarket setup. Headlight housing looks really good too. And yeah, everything came out really nice together. Again, I love how on the amber turn signals here, you have that white cap on the front of them. So you don't see the actual LED chips, which could look kind of like a little too aggressive and then turn out kind of cheap looking. And you don't have that here on these lights from last fit, which is really nice. And a very nice amber look too, a very crisp, you know, flashback from the parking light, which is the dimmer light, to then the brighter light when the signal's on. That's what LED does in general, is it flickers on and off instantly, which looks really sharp. But also a very nice amber tone to it. So yeah, super dope look, man. And also too, for the headlight housings, I paid what, 170 something bucks around there for the entire upper and lower housings on the front and on the rear, all together for under 180 bucks for sure. It was like one, I think 70 or something. And I mean, they don't fit perfect back here. It's a little, you know, a little different than OEM, but I mean, it's pretty dang close. So you can see some white there on the bedside a little bit, but honestly, I mean, for the money and after living with it for a couple days, even I was like, I can't even tell anymore. I forgot about it. So good enough. And they're nice and shiny. So it's all good, man. But yeah, in terms of up here on the new headlight housings, all you got to do is adjust the two adjusters up top to angle it up and down and side to side, and you are good to go on those, on the housings. But as for Last Fit, once again, very impressed with their products. They make awesome stuff. Huge catalog of things they have to offer on their website. So check them out. Down below is the link in the description of the video. And yeah, nice touch on the Silverado here. And of course, the most important thing is being able to see for sure a lot better than before, because yeah, it wasn't the best light output on those nasty halogens going through the really faded out headlight housing. So I'm happy with this, very happy. Also too, I do have some fog lights going in that I bought, but what I have to do is either buy a whole new lower plastic housing for the fog lights, which would then open up this area too, and then I gotta buy tow hooks. I think what I'll do is cut this part open right here for the fog lights I already have. That'll be awesome. So yeah, you know we ain't done yet, so stay tuned. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys on the next one very soon. Till then, peace.